What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Sarah from Sarah Styles here. Check out my latest haul. I am talking Kate Spade, Michael Kors, Coach, UGG, Sorel. Like, it is ridiculous. So, stay tuned. Thank you for joining. If you're new here, I am a reseller on Poshmark, eBay. I'm going to start venturing out into new territory as well. So if you sell on other platforms, leave notes down below. I'm thinking about Etsy and Tradesies. Etsy for vintage and Tradesies for like higher end stuff. I know there's also the Real, ThredUp Luxe. There's lots of them out there. So if you sell on other platforms, leave comments down below. Tell me what you like about each platform for vintage and for higher end items, so I can venture out into new platforms. I also have an analytical dashboard for resellers, a sales dashboard for all platforms, and then an inventory dashboard for Poshmark. Helps you source smarter and not harder. I will leave links for all of that stuff down below. If you are interested in anything that I am using, that I use in my reselling business, and then also just in life, I do have an Amazon influencer hello store. So the link for that is down below as well. I do get a kickback for that, but it is stuff that I use every day in my reseller business or in my mom life. Today I went on a haul. Oh, if you like content like this, I do hauls and then reseller tips and tricks based off of data. If you like content like this, make sure to subscribe, give a thumbs up if you like to see haul videos, and make sure to leave comments down below on what your favorite pieces are. Let's get started. I went this past weekend. I usually go sourcing on the weekend. I try to hit up 2 to 3 stores in about a 3 to 4 hour time period. This weekend that included the bins and then 2 retail thrift stores here in Denver, Colorado. So this is just a cumulative of everything that I got there. I will try and tell you where I got it from. I do shop based off of my analytical dashboard. I shop based off of average profit. So there's a simulator in the dashboard, and I plug in how much I want to make for the month, and it tells me what my average profit for the month per item needs to be, and that's kind of what I aim for. And so I take out the inventory cost and I aim for that profit number. So it doesn't really matter if I shop at the bins or if I shop retail, because I take off and I make sure that my average profit is the same for each item. However, the bins are cheaper, so who doesn't love that? But then you also get more control over what you purchase at thrift stores. So I like doing it all. These are Bogs. These I got at the bins, and so Bogs usually sell their really good kid shoes. I buy them. They resell usually around $30. I buy, which is a little bit less than my average sale price that I aim for, but I buy them because if these don't sell, then my kids will wear them. Because my kids, I buy them Bogs, and so if I find them a size up, I will always buy them. These I got at the bins as well. They are Converse. You see, so Converse, I've only sold a couple pairs of Converse. I actually bought these for myself. They were my size. I wear minimal shoes because babies. So minimal shoes means you feel like you're barefoot. These have a lot of flexibility in it. However, when I tried them on, they were too narrow for me. So I'll sell them. Cute little leopard Converse. Hello. Uggs? Oh, no. These are not Uggs. These are Lamb. There you go, Lamb. So I have seen these before. Never picked them up because they were never in good shape. These I did pay for. I got these at a retail thrift store. These are bins fine. Being in Colorado, I do see a lot of Columbia, the North Face, Patagonia, active type wear, hiking. If these were my size, I would probably keep them. They're fairly minimal hiking shoes, but they are a size 9.5. That being said, if you see anything that you like, comment down below. I will definitely, you can purchase straight through my Instagram for a cheaper price. So comment down below or hit me up on Instagram if you see anything that you do like. These are a 9.5. Columbia sells lower than like the North Face, and the Patagonia sells the highest. But it sells well. I mean, it sells fast. Typically speaking, depending on what it is, it's slightly less than the average sale price that I'm aiming for, depending on the item. But it sells at a good, a low days on hand for me. and I make a lot of money from it because I see it a lot. Tell me these are not amazing. So Michael Kors is actually one of, based off of my dashboard, that's not the best Michael Kors. You see it? Yeah, Michael Kors. Michael Kors is one of my highest revenue producing brands. That being said, the only thing I purchase from Michael Kors is purses, and I'll show you. I found some today, at least one, maybe two purses, and shoes, but not all shoes. So these boots I thought were very they're like a Western flair, have a good trendy right now. Sorels. Let me tell y'all, it is one of the nice things, that's a Sorel, about being in Colorado. I do find Sorels pretty often. Sorels sell high and fast for me based off of my dashboard. And these ones, I don't have the price in here. I did pay up for these, and that is because they're different. So Sorel has like their normal caribou type style, which still sells, depending on the condition, between $40 and $60. But the Sorel boots that are kind of different usually sell higher and faster. And these are like in like new condition. So I did pay a little bit more for those, but my average profit is going to be higher. So I don't mind paying a little bit more because I know I will make a profit on those that is within that realm of my average profit from my dashboard. Dance goes. I'm hit or miss on Danskos. I didn't used to pick them up because I think they're really ugly. And they are. But they do sell, and I do make money off of them. The nursing clog ones tend to sell faster than the other styles. These are a size 39 if you're interested. They do have a little wear on the suede. I may go through and clean them up, but also I don't always spend a lot of time cleaning things, because time is money. And if it's only going to produce me, $5 more, I'll just sell them lower and disclose it. Always disclose it though. That's how you avoid cases. So Merrell is another brand that I see fairly often here. These I got at the bins. I probably wouldn't have bought them at the store, but because they're Merrell sandals, is coming into spring and summer, Merrell does sell fairly quick. It is more of an active wear type brand, but it does sell quick. My low days on hand from my dashboard. So I did purchase these, and they were from the bin, so they didn't weigh a whole lot because they're lightweight sandals. I knew I had a pair of Uggs. Being in Colorado, I often find Uggs. Almost every shopping trip, I find a pair of Uggs. I see them a lot. They're not always in good shape. These ones do have a little bit of wear, but a friend of mine actually told me there's like a suede spray, and it waterproofs them, but then it also is colored. And so I haven't done it yet, but I will spray these down and make them look a bit better condition. Y'all, vintage. Sorry, I keep bending down. I don't have like the best area to do this. Vintage. I love vintage heels. These do not produce the average profit that I am looking for. However, I do purchase them out of pure joy it brings me. I just imagine, so 2 things I love about vintage, 3 things. Vintage is usually made really well. So these probably, I'll have to definitely research, but by style, they look like they were kind of probably in the 80s. And so these are like as old as I am, and they are still in like amazing shape. Like, it's crazy. So I love the way that they keep things. Used to be made so much better back then. I do sell, vintage is one of my highest revenue brands as well. So it does produce a lot of money for me. Not always, depending on what it is. Vintage shoes like this will probably sell between $20 and $30, which for me is less than the average sale price that I'm aiming for. And I want to point on that too. So I aim for a really high average sale price because I am not selling a lot of items intentionally. I am focusing a lot on the data analytics aspect of my business, social media, YouTube. And so I'm not sourcing, listing, reselling type things as often. So I am selling less items, but to make the same money, I am selling higher priced items. Except for vintage. I cannot say no to a cute little pair of vintage heels. Just imagining who wore these in the 80s and what amazing little hipster is going to wear them when they buy them. It brings so much joy to my heart. And there's another pair of red vintage peep toe. These are amazing. These are probably also the 80s, but they kind of have a little bit of a 50s flair to them. This brand brand was new to me. I got these at the bins. So if you've been to the bins, everyone does it differently, but the bins in Colorado that I go to, they do all their shoes together. And you roll it out and you wait and they say go, and it's just a cluster. And there's a lot of people that go in groups, and so people are just grabbing one shoes and then they all meet up and they'll like swap out their one shoes. And so you just kind of grab a whole bunch of things. And I usually end up with 2 or 3 bags of stuff that I grabbed and end up leaving with about a third of it. But these I just grabbed and I was like, oh, those look really nice. They kind of look like the Birkenstock style, but they're not. The brand is new to me. They look brand new. They look like they have never been worn. And when I looked up comps on these, they were between like $50 and $70, I think, for new. So I grabbed those. I have an 80-20 rule. So 80% of things that I know, which almost everything that I have showed you, yes, I've sold all of these brands before and I know pretty well how they sell for me based off of my dashboard. This is something new. This is the 20%. I'm going to try it out and see how it does for me. This Calvin Klein. Calvin Klein, some of their stuff is hit or miss. I will pick up a nice pair of Calvin Klein boots. Ankle booties are one of my top selling shoes as well, especially right now. So these are in pretty good condition. The style is right now. So I did grab those. 2 more pairs of shoes. Born. So here's the thing with Born. They make nice shoes. The style depends. They are hit or miss. Something I also love about shoes is most shoes have a style number and or name, so they're really easy to list and to do comps on. And that also factors into whether I'm going to purchase it or not, because if it takes me less time to list, then I don't mind taking a little bit of a lower price on it. Born shoes, typically speaking, sell fairly quick for me. So these are going to sell at a lower average sale price than, say, the Michael Kors boots, probably. But they will sell fast and they're in pretty good shape and easy to list. Kamik. These again are, I would not sell these to resell if I didn't have children. I mean, they will sell. I've sold every single pair of these that I've purchased. They're nice, well-made boots. In Colorado, we can have a winter where it snowed once or twice. So a lot of times I will find them and they will hardly been worn because it didn't snow that much, and then the next year the kid needs a new size. So I will buy them if they're in pretty good condition and if they are a size bigger than my children, because if they don't sell, then I have a pair of shoes for my kids. Last but not least, I bought these at the store. These absolutely amazing rain boots, wellies. They are, I'm not going to be able to show you. It's all the way in the, oh, maybe, yeah. It's BCBG Max Azaria. So BCBG has various levels of brands. Is that the right word? They have various levels in their brand. So BCBG Max Azaria, BCBG Girls, Generation, BCBG. I don't know. There's quite a few of them. Max Azaria is the highest level. So when I do pick up BCBG, it will be Max Azaria. These boots are amazing. They're like a combat boot, welly raid boot. Those are all the shoes I got. Let's get into some vintage. Tell me this is not the most amazing vintage piece that you love. If you watch my channel, you know I love 80s vintage prom dresses. The bigger the bow and the sleeves, the better, right? So this piece, let me show you. I'm probably going to stand up for this. Oh, I forgot one more. Another pair of Uggs. This is also the thing with Uggs. So you saw the normal. This is, you know, their normal trendy Ugg style. If you find Uggs that are a little bit more unique, they tend to sell higher and faster for me. So these are wedges. I found these at a retail thrift store. So I did probably pay a little bit more for these, but I sold a pair of black ones like these. I have a pair of black ones like these at our ankles in my closet right now. And I think they're listed like around $100. So like I said, if it's going to produce a higher profit, I will pay a little bit more at retail. So let me stand up to show you. Oh, yes, close. So that green dress, oh, hello. That green dress right here, amazing. I found it at the bins. I get a lot of vintage at the bins because a lot of people pass it over, right? They think it's old and yucky and people don't want it. And so I usually find a lot of vintage at the bins. It's cheaper prices there. And usually at the bins, it's just one big bag of everything in there. And so I found like all of this vintage together because it was all thrown together. And tell me, I mean, you can see whoever donated it clearly loved teal. I found 4 teal vintage dresses. Before we get into that, I'm going to do some purses. You will notice that I am very niched in on what I am picking up. Shoes, purses, dresses, and jackets. That's kind of what I'm focusing on currently because, like I said, I don't have a ton of reselling time. So I am purchasing things that are reselling well for me. Let me scooch back. That's kind of an awkward position. Okay. Hello, Coach. Amazing. It does have a pen mark on it. There's Coach. As with purses and any of the higher end stuff, I buy it with a pretty confident that it's real. That is not always the case when I get home and look at it again. So on Coach, if you're not familiar, most Coach bags have this creed on the inside. You can look up the creed and it will tell you if you find other ones like it. It's likely real. So that's a Coach tote. That is one of their newer-ish styles. So it'll sell, if it has an F in front of it, that means it is from the, yes, darling. Hi. What's up?
I'm just down here to get some more stuff.
Oh, okay. What's that?
Waffles.
Oh, okay.
We're out of blueberry ones.
Okay. My 5-year-old just walked in, so reseller mom life. Coach, if it has an F in front of it, that means it is from the outlets. It could have been a retail bag, but if it gets sent to the outlet, then they usually take the tag out and put an F in front of it. This amazing beauty is a Cole Haan. I don't always pick up Cole Haan. Their purses do sell, but not always at the price. This is a nice, big, sturdy bag. So I did purchase it, and it was a lower price to where that profit for me was worth it. This is love you. This is a Michael Kors. I got a new laptop, and it does not fit into my current tote. So I might keep this for myself if it fits. This is Michael Kors. It's in really good shape. It's a tote. Let me show you. Michael Kors will have a, there we go. We'll have a tag. It does have some pen marks on it. I just disclosed that. It will have a tag on it right here. Tell you it's real. Ooh, Kate Spade. I have like such a sweet spot for Kate Spade. I love just like her aesthetic of her stuff. So this Kate Spade, there's Kate Spade. It's a gorgeous bag. It's in pretty good condition. Kate Spade will have her tag on the inside right here. Kate Spade. So like I said, I have not fully gone through and made sure these are all real. Based off of what I am showing you, I am fairly confident they are, but I will also, before I list them, go through and double check and make sure. 2 more purses. This looks like a Michael Kors one I have. Let's see what it is. Oh, I think this is a brand. I have not sold this before. So if you know about it, let me know. Hobo International. I've seen on forums and online that it's a pretty good brand to have. I haven't picked one up before. It was in pretty good shape. And like I said, 80-20. So most of these things I have sold before. I thought this one was worth the risk of purchasing to see how it does for me. This one I'm actually kind of disappointed when I got home. It's Coach. It's amazing. You can tell, there's Coach. You can tell it was the end of my day because I'll show you in a minute. So, so this is one of the ones that does not, there was a couple years ago to try and lower counterfeits. They quit putting the number here and they sewed it into the pocket. So I'm pretty comfortable that this one is real. It's very well made. However, I got home, so sad. I got home and Someone cut the straps off. Like, what? Why would you do that? It still does have the crossbody. I've considered just keeping it for myself, or I'll probably list it and just say the straps are cut off and hopefully I can make my money back. Yeah, you could tell it was the end of my day. I don't know how I missed that. I didn't look for the straps. Usually I go through and I'm like, double check everything, decide if I want it and stuff, and that must have just been the end of the day. So I'm in Colorado, go Broncos. Apparently they didn't have a good season. I don't really follow football. I purchased this. I don't think it's going to sell very high, but I do have a couple local people that like Broncos, and then my family as well. So I bought it. It was at the bin, so it probably cost me maybe $1. I bought it intending to sell it to someone local that I know or a family member. If nobody wants it, then I will list it. This one, let me know. This I found at the bins. It looks like a St. John's. Very, very much so. It feels like the Santana knit. The way it is made looks like St. John. However, I could not find a tag. And I've never seen a St. John that does not have a tag. So if you know, I have not looked at this, but I found it at the bins and I was like, it's worth purchasing to do some research on. So if you know about St. John and you've ever seen St. John without a tag or have any ideas for me on how to research it, right? So wait, where's the button? There's the button. Yeah, drop a note down below. If you have any suggestions for me. It was worth it to me to buy at the bins. This is Adriana Papel. I absolutely love her. Let me show you. What I really love about this dress is it is a 18. Plus size, does well. It is gorgeous. I am really ramping up my formal dresses. Oh, it fell off the hanger. I'm really ramping up my formal dresses because prom season's coming up, wedding season's coming up, lots of formal events are coming up, and I did really well with 100% of my prom dresses sold last year, and a lot of my formal dresses sold. I think all of my formal dresses sold. So I'm ramping it up. That would be nice if you were like attending a wedding or you had like a formal event to go to. Adriana Papel. Again, this is a size 16. This one is more fitted. It would also be nice for a formal event. I like the asymmetrical neckline. Let's see. Sorry, takes me a bit longer. Something I do when I get home, I hang everything up, let it air out, let the wrinkles come out of it, and then also it helps me list quicker, because if I come down and I just see a bag of stuff, I have like no desire to want to go through and list it. If I come down into my studio and I see all of these beautiful items looking at me, then I get excited again to list them. So I put everything up right away. This is Calvin Klein. Again, like I said, Calvin Klein is hit or miss. Things for Calvin Klein that I do sell a lot of and they sell at a good price are business wear dresses. He makes very well-made business wear dresses, and I find most women who purchase business wear dresses career wear know their size in Calvin Klein. All right, here's my vintage. Just an 80. This is likely 80s, just button down midi length dress. Blazers. So I'm going to give a shout out to my girl, Girly Girl Styles. She kills it on blazers. She uses the dashboard and she knows they are a high sell-through rate for her. They don't sell great for me. But I asked her, so if you have the analytical dashboard, you get access to the Facebook user group, and we did kind of a closet consult in there. Hey, what's your top seller? And then, Girly Girl Style sells a lot of blazers, and I was like, I can't sell them. So she went into my closet and kind of gave me some tips. One of the tips was these longer style blazers sell. So I saw this at the bins, and I was like, okay, well, let me try this longer style vintage blazer and see how it does. This is Chico's. I've never sold Chico's before, and I know it's a lower brand, but I really liked the style of it. gorgeous. It looks like it's a button down, but it looks like it could be a blazer as well. It's really pretty. It was just pretty. That was one of the things that I was like, that's pretty. This is probably my favorite find of the day. This and the Kate Spade. I love Kate Spade. This, like, oh my God. Sleeves are really big right now, so the bigger the sleeves, the better. I don't know if you watch, if you keep up on pop culture, but a lot of the award shows are currently happening, and sleeves are, like, where it's at. So this is probably, I'll have to do research on it. Based off his style, I would say 60s, 70s, probably 60s style, early 70s style. It's amazing. Like, it's amazing. I love vintage. It just warms my heart. I love it. This is 80s vintage, button down dress. Something I was off my game today. So the buttons are all right here, but they are not sewn on. This is where I am a seamstress. I used to do upcycle, so I know how to sew, but I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't know that I'm going to sew those buttons on. I probably will not take the time for that. So I don't know. I maybe donate it or see if one of my PFFs wants it to sell. This is absolutely amazing. Like, look at that side button. It is a maxi length dress, 80s. It's an 11 to 12. So in vintage, the further back you go, they use, their sizing is a little bit different. People who like vintage know this and will look for their size in the measurements. But this is an 11-12, which, you know, nowadays would be like a large. Back then, it is probably like maybe a medium, maybe a small. It's probably 80, so probably closer to a medium. So it's not plus size, but a small vintage is like ridiculously small. What did I tell you? The teal dresses. So let's look at the teal dresses. Again, a size 12. I'm pretty sure this is all the same person that got rid of it. I do love vintage, but it does kind of make me sad because I'm imagining that this probably came from like possibly someone who had passed away. So it is kind of sad, right? When you go, or if like you go to an estate sale to get vintage, that does make me a little sad. So sad. This dress, like, look at it is, so it's hard to tell because of the fabric, but it is a deep V open back teal. So look at those sleeves. It could possibly be handmade. It's really well, no, it's not handmade. It is absolutely amazing. And look at the fabric, like the floral. It's hard to see. Oh, that's gorgeous. One more dress, and then you are done with me. Again, the teal, this looks like kind of a safari. I thought it was a pantsuit at first, right? It kind of looks like a pantsuit, but it's just a mini safari kind of style, vintage. Danny and Nicole, I would put this just based off of style, late 80s, early 90s. So that's my haul. That's it. Thanks for joining. If you have answers to any of the questions that I have or more information, I have not taken photos or listed any of this. So any information you have is always helpful, and I appreciate it. And then also other people who are watching this, it helps them learn more as well. This channel is for everybody. On that note, I am doing a live series, and I hope to keep it up. My thing is crooked. If you've been looking at me this whole time, I'm like kind of crooked. The thing that the computer is on is crooked. So I am doing a live series. I'm hoping to do 1 or 2 live a week. And the reason that I'm doing this is because this is a community. I don't know everything. I just want to be the platform to help share that knowledge and have the conversations going. So I am going to be doing a live at least hopefully once a week, if not twice a week. Sometimes people get sick. Last week, my person wasn't able to make it, so that happens. But I am planning to do a lot of live sessions, eBay versus Poshmark, how people use their data, looking at luxury items. I mean, lots of really useful information from other people, experts, getting conversations going. Like I said, I'm not an expert in everything, but I do want to create a platform where there is a community and we can all talk and get conversations going. So make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell so you can get notified of that. On the live series, you can hit a reminder for when we go live, and then you can talk back and forth with us as well, and get the conversation going if you have questions and whatnot. Give a thumbs up if you like hauls. Make sure to leave comments down below. Have a good day.